What is going on, everybody? WeedleTwineedle here, and before we get into the battle, I just want to announce the Shiny Credilli giveaway winner, and the winner of the giveaway is someone of the name of Termina Gaming. So, my man, if you are watching this video, definitely leave a comment. If you don't reply in 3 days, I will re-roll the winner, and they will get the Credilli instead. So definitely leave a comment, and thank you guys for participating in the giveaway. There'll be more in the future, I'm sure, so definitely look forward to that. But let's just get right into the battle. What is going on, everybody? WeedleTwineedle here, and we are back here with another Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle, and this one's going to be against Gena. Now, looking at her team, wow, she has the Cancerous, Heatran, and Toxapex defensive core, Mega Sharpedo, which I have no switch-ins to, by the way, Buzzwole, which I also have no switch-ins to, Landorus T, which I also have no switch-ins to, and Tapu Balance, which, what a surprise, I have no switches into. So on my team, I'm running Araquanid, the god himself, Jolteon, because I want to try out Jolteon out, Mightyena because the MVP of the team, don't ask questions, Shiftry because I want a Defogger, I'm a Lone Marowak because I'm a tryhard incarnate, and as you can see by my team, it's very tryhard, and Haunter because it has Levitate unlike Gengar, and so I'm like, may as well just use Haunter because I imported all my any Pokemon from Pokebank, and I'm just like, I like using random any Pokemon and RU Pokemon for fun, so that's what I do, and we're just gonna get right into the battle. So she's gonna lead off with her Heatran as I lead off with my Araquanid in turn 1, so thankfully we're able to get the lead correct. I actually was not predicting Heatran, but I just figured Araquanid was the safest lead anyway. So I expected her to switch into a Toxapex, so I'm going to choose to double switch into my Jolteon on turn 1. Very aggressive play, but I figured my opponent would play like that because just looking at her team, it looks very tryhard, so I assume my opponent's going to play like a tryhard. Hence, even though looking at my team, there's no reason to even try because you just automatically win anyway, but she's going to try her heart out. So anyways, we're able to get some offensive momentum, get some nice chip damage off on Heatran, so I bring in my Mightyena here, and I'm like, you know, gonna go for my Dark Z move here because honestly, it's stab. It's going to do so much damage to whatever he brings in. I'm just like, well, you know what? If he leaves in Heatran here, I can just knock this thing out with my Black Hole Eclipse and get a Moxie boost. Let's go, baby. So I'm gonna use Chibak Tensei, and you know, I'm a weeb, low key. So anyway, it leaves Heatran with red health. That left me. They made me pretty upset. They made me a little bit upset. I'm like, Mightyena, you had one freaking job, but at the very least, this Heatran is weakened to the point where it really can't switch into anything anymore. So at the very least, Mightyena weakened the Heatran. I was hoping that I could one-shot the Heatran from that health, but alas, Mightyena is a piece of shit, so don't use Mightyena, people. Anyway, I expect to switch into Toxapex or Landorus T and bring in my Jolteon. I figured she would just switch into one of those two, and now she's going to choose to pivot into her Landorus T, and I expect to switch into a Landorus T because I know her Heatran's defensive, so I figured this is Scarf Landorus T. She's going to try to pivot into it, going to go straight for the HP Ice and knock out the Landorus T. So I'm playing extremely aggressively, like I said, but to beat my opponent, I need to play like a god, so I'm going to try my best. In comes Buzzwole, and I figured, you know, this thing might be Choice Scarf, but Jolteon should be able to outspeed Scarf Buzzwole, honestly. I'm pretty sure Buzzwole is like a couple points slower than Scarf Jolteon because its speed's pretty bad. I'm going to bring in Haunter here because I do quad resist its stab, and you know, I am also immune to its other stabs, so I'm assuming he's just going to go for the Leech Life or Superpower or something, as thankfully we're able to pivot into the Haunter. Still take over a quarter of health, but we do quad resist the move, so we're able to face tank it thankfully, as now Buzzwole's going to be forced to switch out and bring in Toxapex. I thought she would bring in Toxapex or Heatran, but I just went straight for the trick anyway, just because, one, if she brings in Toxapex, boom, that thing is shut down, so we're able to give this thing the Choice Scarf. We do obtain that nice rocky helmet, so thankfully we're going to be able to pivot into, you know, those physical moves and get that nice chip damage, you feel me? So I'm going to bring in Shiftry onto the Toxapex, as the Toxapex is going to go straight for the Toxic Spikes. Good play on her part because she knows she's going to be locked into a move, so may as well just get up some Toxic Spikes. I thought she would double there, but honestly, I'm too lazy to double predict at that point. So in comes Buzzwole. I'm going to go straight for the Defog just to get rid of those entry hazards. No reason to have them up anymore. Get rid of those Stealth Rocks. Get rid of those Toxic Spikes. Get those out of my face. So we're able to get rid of those annoying entry hazards for Marowak and stuff. And now Buzzwole is actually going to choose to switch out and bring in his Sharpedo. He actually predicted my switch into my Marowak here, which was a really good play on her part. Now she's starting to play aggressively, realizing that wait, my opponent's actually intelligent, so maybe I should play intelligently instead of brainlessly. So that's like the misconception people have with me. They're like, wow, this guy's team sucks. That means the player must be really bad, right? No, that is why I'm using these bad teams, people. It's like, you guys are too easy to read. Anyway, Waterfall's gonna knock out my Mightyena. That was just a joke, by the way. I actually think I'm not good at the game at all. But Yeah, I'm kind of getting a little insane in this narration. It's currently 5:07 a.m. by the way, so I'm a little out of it right now. I'm a little bit out of it. So she's gonna pivot into her Toxapex here onto my Araquanid. We're able to scare the Sharpedo out, thankfully, as Araquanid's pretty much the only way I can actually face tank Sharpedo or Mega Sharpedo's attacks. Otherwise, it just one-shots my entire team. Here she's going to bring in her Tapu Lele. Not too sure why she did that, but I guess she assumed I would switch out, which was a good play on her. But so she doubles into her Tapu Lele, as I'm able to bring in Haunter as Death Fodder, and I'm able to outspeed the Tapu Lele. I am timid, so I figured it was a speed tie, and you know, if she's Choice Scarf, whatever. But thankfully, we're able to knock out Tapu Lele. I'm so sick of that Pokemon. Every time I face it, I just want to die, and we're able to kill it. So thankfully, Tapu Lele was not able to sweep my team. But in comes Sharpedo, and this thing's going to proceed to sweep my team because I have no switch into this monster. I'm just going to sack off my Haunter here. And already knocked out Tapu Lele, and we're able to get that nice chip Rocky Helmet damage. That is what I like to see, people. So we're going to bring on Bubble Butt here, Araquanid, and I know that we can face tank one attack from this thing, so she's going to be forced to withdraw and bring back in her Toxapex, as I do expect that switch. Actually, don't go for the Liquidation just to chip it, just to gauge damage, as it does absolutely nothing, unfortunately, but what can we really do about that? I am going to choose to withdraw, and I'm going to choose to pivot into my Marowak, expecting the Scald or Double Switch, because if I switch into Jolteon here and I get Scald burned, that'd be pretty unfortunate. So we're able to switch into Marowak onto the Scald, not get burned because we're a Fire type, and I'm going to go straight for the Shadow Bone here. She is locked in the Scald, so she's going to choose to switch out, bring in Heatran to sack it off finally, as down goes the Heatran. I'm not sure why she didn't just sack off the Heatran to begin with, but whatever, down that thing goes, as now she's going to bring in her Sharpedo, and yeah, I'm pretty much just forced to sack off Marowak here. I am going to try to pivot into my Araquanid just to gauge damages. And she's gonna go straight for the Crunch onto my Araquanid, as I'm able to tank it pretty well actually, but unfortunately she gets a defense drop, so now I'm gonna guarantee die to this Mega Sharpedo's Crunch. So I'm pretty much just forced to sack off something here. Gonna bring in Marowak here just to sack it off to the Sharpedo, as Sharpedo is just gonna go for the Crunch again. She doesn't even have to Mega Evolve now because, you know, the Crunch defense lower was a little bit unfortunate, but whatever, not a big deal. Sharpedo's going to get a speed boost here, as now I'm going to bring in my Shift Tree, and I'm like, well, it's GG. The Sharpedo's just going to sweep my ass with Ice Fang, Crunch, and Waterfall. It is over. G motherfucking G, people. So Mega Sharpedo's going to Mega Evolve with its D's Teeth. That is a really cringy nickname. Wow. I thought my nicknames were cringe, but damn, that is pretty cringy. Anyway, Leaf Storm is going to knock out the Sharpedo. I expected her to have Ice Fang, but I guess she just doesn't. Maybe she has Psychic Fangs instead, but why though? Why though? That's not, whatever. I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, we take those. So anyway, gonna go for the Sucker Punch on the Buzzwole, as the Buzzwole is going to actually knock me out with the Fell Stinger. So that things just got pretty scary very quickly, because the Buzzwole is going to get +3 attack from the Fell Stinger, and then +1 attack from the freaking Beast Boost. So now it has +4 attack, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Thankfully, Jolteon does outspeed it. I'm assuming this is Choice Scarf Buzzwole, because he's using it like it's Choice Scarf. Just a wild guess, but I could be wrong there. As we're able to knock out the Buzzwole with the Thunderbolt, as now Toxapex is his last Pokemon, or her. Not too sure what gender this person is, but Thunderbolt is going to be able to 2-KO this Toxapex. And we're able to actually win this battle with the narrow 2-0 victory. So a main reason why I was able to win this battle is because I was very relentless with my plays. I played extremely aggressively this play to give my opponent no room to pivot into Toxapex and get some free healing. I've really made all of my offensive pressure count, and that's a really risky play style, because if you slip out once, you pretty much auto lose the game. But it worked out in this battle, and I feel like if I didn't do that anyway, I would have lost. So I figured, you know, may as well go for it. If we lose this battle, what a surprise. If we win, you know, woohoo! And we won. So that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, liking the video helps my channel out so much. And if you want to see my channel grow, definitely like the video. It means the world to me. And, you know, if you really enjoyed the video and want to see more from me, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And the question of the day is going to be, what is your favorite town/city from the Pokemon series? Now, my favorite town from the Pokemon series has got to be Celadon City. That town always gives me nostalgia whenever I walk in there. Or Fort Tree City from, you know, Ruby and Sapphire. I thought that town was beautifully designed, and I loved it a lot. But that's going to be the battle, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll check you guys in my next video. Alright? Peace.